Hello there, welcome to another Verblink class. My name is Hamish, and we're going to be looking at the TOEFL exam today, and specifically at the speaking section. And even more specifically, we're going to look and practice some question 2 questions. And these questions are very much about making a choice, choosing between two options, and explaining why. So you give the what, but you give the why. These questions and answers, they're really quite short. You get 15 seconds to prepare your answer, and you get 45 seconds to speak, to give your answer. Let me remind you, of course, these first 2 minutes are for Verblink premium users. If you want to make sure you get a chance to get a place at the table in your favorite classes, please consider taking a Verblink premium membership. Let me say hello to my students who are here right now. Hello to Ida. Hello, Ida.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good. Welcome back. How are you today?
Well, despite the awful weather we continue having here in Spain, quite good.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're good. I'm sorry the weather's bad. We are expecting severe thunderstorms in Tennessee. I think tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be able to share that bad weather experience with you, which is good. But today it's beautiful. So there you go. Good to have you back. Let me say hello to Andrew as well. Welcome back, Andrew. How are you today?
Hello, Hamish. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty good. I appreciate you asking that. Let's remind ourselves of, and let's see, do I have anything for our, oh yes, for the chat box. I want to stick the official TOEFL website web link up here so everyone can see that. Let me put that in the Verblink chat box. Let me see.
Teacher, one question.
Sure, go ahead.
It's what I have put in the chat. Can you see the level of the class in the schedule of, for example, the day of today? Because until yesterday, I can see if the class is for beginners or for an intermediate level. But now it doesn't. At least in my very website, doesn't appear. I don't know if.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Let me have a look. Let's go back to the main page for a second there.
And it's quite useful in order to see what classes interest you.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I think... No, absolutely. See, I'm messing around, and then oh, goodness, 1 second. There we go. Yeah, I think that they're trying to make some changes to make it more clear. So perhaps today that there isn't anything, and my apologies if that Verblink's apologies for that. But I think they are trying to make it extra clear to students, what level, and making it easier for people to search. That's my understanding. I'm not in charge of that, and I'm not working on it either. But that was what I understood was going to happen. They were going to try and make it clearer. So maybe they're in the middle of doing something about that. Obviously, I would consider a class like this to be quite flexible, actually, to be intermediate or advanced, really for anyone, because and for anyone who wants to take this sort of speaking English exam. We know with the TOEFL exam, your English has to be pretty good to be successful in the TOEFL exam. But the questions that we're practicing today, I think, are good for an intermediate level. As well, because they're simple questions. I don't mean they're easy to do well, but the actual the subject is something that most students, because these are really everyday questions, we should find quite simple to think about. Maybe not always that simple to answer, of course, and the timing of the question makes it difficult. That's the biggest challenge, is only having 15 seconds to prepare your answer. I appreciate that's absolutely a challenge for most people, and that's why we need to practice our answers and get comfortable with that short space of time. Let me say hello to everybody, and then we'll get started. Let me say hello to Carlos. Hello, Carlos.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Thank you.
Very good. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Carlos, tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Colombia. Okay. And are you planning to take the TOEFL exam, or are you just practicing your English?
I just trying to practice in English and improve it also.
Okay. Okay. Well, that is a great reason to be here. Welcome to Verbling. Welcome to this TOEFL speaking class. I look forward to hearing your answers today. Let me say hello to Hani. Hello, Hani.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm fantastic, to be honest. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Excellent. Hani, I look forward to practicing with you as well. Let me go to is it Ivan? Hello, Ivan.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you today, Ivan?
Fine, thanks.
Tell me, where are you from?
Italy. We're from Italy.
Whereabouts in Italy?
Speak practical and learn English, no?
Oh, sure, but where in Italy are you from?
Sorry?
Where yeah. Where in Italy? Whereabouts? Which are you near a big city?
No, in a little city in the Varese, near Milan.
Okay, okay. So in the north, yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, do you know Varese?
No, I know Milan.
Okay. Okay.
Very good to meet you, Ivan. Thanks for joining us in class today. I look forward to practicing with you. Let me say hello to, is it Gian? Gian Du?
Hi, how are you, Mike? Yeah.
I'm very good. How are you today?
Yeah, it's great.
And tell me, Gian, where are you from? Gian, can you hear me okay? Where are you from? He may be having technical problems. We'll come back to Jan later on. Let me say hello to Mahmoud. Hello, Mahmoud. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine. What about you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Tell me, how is the weather with you these days?
It is very hot.
Excellent. And then are you happy about that? Do you enjoy the warm weather?
No, because it is very, very hot and there
Oh,
is
too
no way
hot. Okay.
to go outside and you still at home.
Well, that's pretty hot. That's pretty hot. Goodness me. Well, okay, that sounds. I think I would melt. I would melt in those conditions. I find it hard enough in Tennessee when it's in the summer, but I know Tennessee is not the hottest place on earth. Plenty more hot places on the globe than that. Mahmoud, I'm sorry it's so hot with you, but of course inside the classroom it's always the perfect temperature. So thank you and welcome to Verbling. I'm really glad you could make it to this class today. Let me say hello to Rossiya. Hello, Rossiya.
Hello. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain at all.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. I could complain about a lot of things, but you're right. You're right. We shouldn't complain. I think we're all very lucky to be here right now.
Yes.
It's a wonderful thing. Remind me, Rossiya, where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
Mm-hmm. Whereabouts in Spain?
Where about in Spain? From Madrid, the capital.
Ah, very nice. Okay. Hey, welcome to this class. Welcome to this TOEFL class. Are you here just to practice your English with us?
Yes, to practice English, to improve my English level.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Then I think you're in the right class. That's great. Great to see you, Rossiya. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's get started here. Let's see now. Okay. So we're looking in this hour at specifically at the TOEFL exam. TOEFL exam is a test that you might need to take if you want to continue your studies or start your studies in an English-speaking school or university. And you got some sound from me. I'm just muting you there for a second. So maybe you want to continue your studies, but also in certain professions. For example, if I know I've helped students from Egypt who were qualified pharmacists in Egypt, but then they came to the United States, and their pharmacist qualifications were fine, but they needed to prove that they were comfortable and confident speaking English and writing English and listening and reading and all those things. So they needed, even when they were here in the United States, they needed that TOEFL score to work in the job they were qualified to do. So it could be for work, and most of the time it's for students who want to study or continue their studies, in particular in the United States. But there are also some schools in Britain and other countries who will accept a TOEFL score. So it's a challenging exam, and it's an exam where we need good English, but we also need to build our own strategy for preparing for the TOEFL exam, because the examiners in TOEFL are looking for very specific things, and of course things like good grammar, good word choice of vocabulary, good pronunciation, a natural talking speed. They're looking for excellent listening skills. Without those good listening skills, most of the time we can't answer the question. If we don't hear, if we don't understand the question, it's very hard to give a direct answer. So I would hope that today we can also practice our listening when we listen to other students' questions, and when we listen to their answers as well. That can be very good practice in making sure that we're clear about what this exam expects from us. Yeah, and that can help us prepare and be successful in an exam like this. Of course, we're going to focus today on the speaking section, and also today and this week as well in my other TOEFL class, I want to look at question 2 questions. And these questions are always, every single one in question 2 are about making a choice. And so they'll offer you 2 things. And for example, that could be, do you prefer to eat out in a restaurant, or do you prefer to eat at home? And so that with a question like that, we absolutely have to make a choice. We can't, well, we could in real life, we could say, well, it depends. It depends what I want to eat. But that's not what they're looking for in this 45-second response. They're looking for a very clear choice. So if it's restaurants, okay, I prefer to eat out in restaurants for the following 3 reasons. So they're looking for a direct answer, and they're looking for reasons and details to support that answer. So you give them the what, and then you give them 2 or 3 whys underneath. And that should, if you're giving the right details, enough details, that should fill up your 45 seconds, no problem at all, because it's really not very much time. And TOEFL would say perhaps 45 seconds is enough for maybe 6, 7, 8 sentences, or 6, 7, 8 things. So not a lot of time. And of course the preparation time, 15 seconds. Let me put that in there in the chat box there. Oops. There we go. And of course the 45 seconds speaking time. So I know we're all going to get a good practice today, because of course these questions and answers are very short. I want to give each of you a different question as well. But when I give a question to a student, please listen along, and please think to yourself, just in those 15 seconds, you know, what's my answer, and how do I explain it? So what's my what, but what's my why as well? What are my 2 or 3 key reasons? And when we look at those 15 seconds, you know, if you have a pen and a piece of paper, there's enough time to write down 2 or 3 things, not very much, maybe just a couple of words to help you remember, to help you with the structure of your answer. And that's so important, to give a good, coherent answer that makes sense, an answer that's easy to follow as well. So hey, let's start. Let me start in the, hopefully, probably in the order that you came in to class today as well. So let me see. First of all, here is Ida. Hello again, Ida. Are you ready to practice with us?
Yes, I'm ready.
Excellent. I'm going to put these questions in the chat box today, because they're quite short, so they fit in there okay. Now, of course, I want to make sure that we can see them as well. There we go. Okay, so I'll put this question in the Verbling chat box.
Okay.
And please, everybody take a look, and everybody think about your what and your why. But I'll ask Ida, of course, to give me her answer after the 15 seconds. I should have said before, by the way, in the TOEFL exam, you'll see the question on screen, just like we do now, and you'll hear the question. You'll hear a recording as well. So I'll read it out, but I'll put it in the chat box as well. Ida, here is your question. Some people like to stick to tasks they know they can do well. Others like to try new things and take risks. Which do you prefer? You have 15 seconds to prepare your answer. Your 15 seconds begin right now. You've been getting a bit of noise there. Oh, okay. Ida, please begin your answer now.
Yes. Well, I would rather